Hello lovelies. So a 15-minute shoulder practice today. We're going to start, actually let's start kneeling. Just taking a moment to settle into your body. So maybe noticing your feet, the tops of your feet on the ground, your shins, checking in with your pelvis, lengthening through your spine. There's a broadening of your shoulder blades. Maybe just a little bit of movement here. It's like saying hello, good morning or good afternoon or good evening to your shoulders. A little bit of movement. Maybe shoulder rolls. Maybe one and the other. Different directions. Yeah. Then linking your hands, turning your palms away and lifting your arms up. So being super aware here of your lower ribs. You don't want to pop your lower ribs out. So keeping your lower ribs in, keeping your arms straight and spreading through the palms of your hands. Shoulder blades are relaxed, so you're not hoiking them up near your ears. There will be a little bit of a lift, but you're not getting the extension from drawing them right up near your ears. And the extension actually comes from the lengthening of your arms. Being aware of your breathing. And releasing. And then changing the clasp on the hand. So it's the other little finger that moves down to the bottom. Again, turning the palms away, spreading through your palms, lifting your arms up, shoulders relaxed, lower ribs in neutral, pelvis in neutral, arms are straight. So it doesn't matter so much if you can't get your arms back into a vertical place. It's better to keep the rest of the alignment, and gradually your arms will get there if you do this enough, rather than getting the arms vertical and all you're doing is using your lower ribs and your pelvis in order to get your arms back. And release. And maybe shake out a little bit. Yeah. So you can either stay kneeling or you can come into Virasana. So bringing the feet out, knees together, sitting down in between the feet. You're really welcome to use a block to sit on if you wish. If you have one, or a cushion or something. Okay, and from here, opening the arms wide. So a sense of your shoulder blades spreading on your back. And from here, maybe rotating the arms round. So a sense of how your arms move in your arm sockets. And then almost as if you could push your hands into a wall either side of you, keeping your lower ribs in neutral, pelvis in neutral. Also being aware of where your head is in space. And then bringing one, say, right elbow under left elbow, drawing the hands together. So you can spin the hands towards one another, holding on to the palms as you lift your elbows up and taking the forearms away from the face, or you've got space in between, back of the hands facing each other, either or. Then having a sense of squeezing into the elbows and how that feels on the back of your body. So your upper back, your shoulder blade area. So the more you squeeze in, what happens? Notice where your head is in space. And release. I'm going to just roll out through the shoulders again. And coming back into the opposite side. So left arm under right. And then spinning, either palms facing one another or a gap. Lifting your elbows up in line with your shoulders, so underneath elbow in line with your shoulder, and then drawing your forearms away from your face. And again, squeezing into the midline, squeezing into your elbows. And being aware of what is happening on the back of your body. Upper back, shoulder blades. Maybe being aware of what your breath is doing. So are you holding your breath? And releasing, and again just rolling out through the shoulders. Okay, so just coming onto hands and knees into tabletop position, and just a little bit of cat-cow. So rolling from tailbone through to the crown of your head, spreading your fingers. Rolling back down through the vertebrae, back down to the tailbone. It's like a wave moving through your body. Maybe 3 or 4 of these. Okay, and then from here, just taking your weight as far forwards as you can with your arms straight. Trying to make sure that your fingers are spread as much as you can. And release. Then turning the hands in on themselves. So if I show you this way around. So fingertips, middle fingers are touching and spreading through the fingers, straight arms. Also trying to keep as much width or space between your shoulder blades and your collarbones as you can. And maybe just drawing your heart, your sternum forwards a little bit. And then turning the hands around again. So this always reminds me of children's, finger painting, butterfly pictures. So if you can, try to spread your fingers as much as possible. Maybe getting your thumbs to touch, possibly. Some people get their elbows together. I can't, but see what you can do. The important thing is the fingers are spreading as much as you can, and you're pushing down through the heel of your hand, but in a really gentle way. So you don't want to overdo anything. And last one. Turning the hands back on themselves. So you want to separate the hands so they're underneath the shoulders now. And the middle fingers, your fingers are still spread, middle fingers pointing back towards your knees. And then just take the weight back as much as you can, so you're stretching across the front of your wrists. Checking in with how your breathing is. Are you still relaxed, or have you gone somewhere else? And release and just shake out. Okay. Then coming down onto your belly. And you're going to cross your arms. You're going to take one arm over to the opposite side of your mat. And then you're going to do the same thing with your other arm. And you're trying to take your hands as far away as you can. You want to wriggle them as far away as they can, away from each other. And then just resting your chin on your upper arms and allowing gravity to release the outsides of your arms. So it might be that you're feeling it around the outside of your arm, or it might be around the shoulder socket itself, or a mixture of both. Or you might be feeling it somewhere entirely different. You know, this is the thing about our yoga practice, is that we have very unique bodies. So we all feel things in slightly different places when we practice. This also might be a good opportunity to just check in just with your breath. So noticing the movement of your diaphragm on the ground as you breathe. And releasing, and then just changing the cross. Changing the cross. And you may find that one side, one direction feels a lot tighter than the other. Again, checking in with the movement of your breath. So it's always exciting for the mind when we slow something down and give ourselves a space to fill that space with thought. So can you stay rooted in your body? Gradually releasing and coming up. Okay, so coming down onto your elbows now. And pushing up into your upper back. So what we're not doing is dipping through. It's not like a great big cat-cow movement. Lower back is in neutral. Lower ribs are in neutral. And it's a small movement where you're pushing up, almost sensing or feeling the shoulder blades part on your back, and then releasing, and it's like they draw back together again. So it's a pushing up. As you push up, you might also notice how the movement naturally goes into the outer elbow. Also check where your head is. You're not bowing it too much or looking up. That it's kind of in line with the rest of your spine. Okay, and releasing back, extended child. You can have your hands up on fingertips, or if you have a couple of bricks, I quite like them on the medium setting. Really rooting your sit bones down, extending your arms. So the important thing here is that the underneath of your body is lengthening as much as the back of your body, and that the shoulder blades, your shoulder blades are broad. And then, as much as you can, straightening your arms. Head is in neutral, ears in line with your arms, not dropping your head to the ground. And working your way up. Okay, everyone's favourite. Coming up, getting a strap, a scarf, a belt of some sort, but you need it relatively wide depending on the tightness of your shoulders. So make it easy for yourself to start. Give yourself lots of room. And important thing here is that lower ribs stay in, as in they're drawing down, not popping forwards. shoulder circles with the strap. So you can incorporate your breath with this, breathing in as you lift up, breathing out as you come back and down. Both arms stay as straight as you can get them. If you can do this in front of a mirror or turn your camera on, it will really be apparent when you start to bend your elbow. Moving one hand in a little bit, so a little bit goes a long way, so just one hand scooping it along the strap each time until you get to your kind of maximum. The other thing I notice in class is how people anticipate the discomfort that's about to come. And this sets up a whole knock-on effect through your nervous system. So could you possibly not do that? Maybe focusing on your breathing or just saying, I'm at ease. So whatever works for you to try and stay soft and relaxed. Okay, so you could carry on with this, or you can stop and let's just finish with a nice downward dog. So spreading your hands, so this sense of your shoulder blades broadening. In fact, you could almost extend your arms out, externally rotate your arms, bring them towards one another, shoulder width apart, shoulder blades are down your back, and then just flip the palms, and then almost draw yourself in that position without moving anything on your shoulders into your downward dog hands, and then lifting up into downward dog. And you're very welcome to bend your knees in order to lengthen your spine a little bit, and then straightening your legs. So you might do this a few times. Keeping that sense of space between your collarbones, space between your shoulder blades. And when you're ready, down onto your knees, back to your legs. Maybe a couple of circles with your head. One direction. And the other. So at this point you could either lie down for Shavasana or have a seated Shavasana if you don't have much time. Just take a few breaths, scanning your body, noticing how doing those few postures, what that has brought to your body, what that has brought to your mind. Thank you very much. Namaste.